Simple question,
man.
Craig, why do you love music?
Is there a simple answer though?
No.
Here's how I'll describe it. If you're having a really, really crap day, I only know of one thing that can make you feel better. When you're alone, without fail, all of the time, 100% of the time. You can be driving around in a shit ton of traffic, having a miserable day, and a great song comes on that you grew up with that reminds you of something that happened when you were 13 years old, and nothing else can make you feel that way. Nothing. So there's a very simplistic answer to something that is very complicated. And as a musician, the thing that is complicated music for me is, as someone who's been doing this now starting my 34th year, is only the music I grew up with and listened to as a teenager or a young adult. That's the only music I can listen to without dissecting it and tearing it apart and figuring out what happened here, what EQ was used here, how much compression is here. I can't listen to music now without literally pulling it apart and figuring out. But I can go back to 1975 when I was in 7th grade and listen to a Styx song that I grew up on and not hear a single thing that I need to figure out how it was done. And I think those musical experiences happen when you're a kid or a teenager, and nothing will ever change that. Nothing. And I will add this last piece of this story. In 1975, a Styx record came out, which half of your young audience is going to go, I never heard of that. Grand Illusion was the name of the record. This is the first record I bought with my own money as a 7th grader from mowing lawns or whatever it is I did. And I wore that record out. 1975. In 1995, my studio had been open for 2 years. Phone rings. Hi, this is Dennis DeYoung from the band Styx. We're working on a new record, and we've heard you got a great studio. We'd like to book a week at a time. And I thought it was someone playing a trick on me. And they came into the studio, and I sat there scared out of my mind and didn't say a word for a week. I've done everything Dennis DeYoung has done ever since that week. So you go from this piece of music that you loved as a kid to working with one of your musical icons. And that's happened more than a few times in my career. And every time that happens, it's just mind-boggling. Just doesn't compute. How did this happen? Can't be real. And it's amazing to work with people that were your idols growing up. Now, all those people aren't like the greatest people in the world. The experience is still great. Some of them are, some of them aren't.
Meeting your heroes.
Yeah, you know what they say about that. Michael McDonald was one of those. Just I don't know how long your show is, but if you want to hear another crazy story, I'll tell you that one.
We got some room.
Okay. Got a call to mix a Michael McDonald song for a Dave Koz compilation album.
Awesome.
Huge smooth jazz star. Still is. Mm-hmm. Doing a compilation album about parents and their children specifically.
Okay.
And I got a call to mix a Michael McDonald song because he was doing a song on this record, and I'm out of my mind. Like, completely out of my... For those who don't know, Michael McDonald was in the Doobie Brothers, who's one of the biggest bands of the 70s and 80s. And What a Fool Believes, as far as I'm concerned, one of those songs that when it comes on the radio, changes your day.
Yep.
So this was a big deal. It came with a caveat. Michael has to approve the mix. We need the mix done within 2 days because Michael's going out of town and won't be around to approve the mix. Can you get it done in 2 days? I will do whatever it takes to make sure that this song gets done in 2 days. No problem. Mix the song in a day and a half, send it to Michael. Michael calls me, which alone is an experience.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And he's got 2 comments. Not a big deal. Make the changes, send it to him, signs off on it. Next day he goes out of town. The funny thing is that in 3 days, I was going out of town. So I had to get it done anyway. I was going to Hawaii. So on that day that I left for Hawaii, fly from Chicago to Maui, get off the plane, go to the hotel, drop my bags in the room, go down to the pool, and Mike McDonald is sitting in the hot tub.
No.
True story.
What? Did you get
Totally
in?
hot. I walked up to him. I introduced myself. The reaction was a little bit of I'm on vacation. It was still cool.
That's cool.
I could go on with endless stories like this, but we'll stop with that one.
Well, where can people get in touch? I'm sure a lot of people want to check out that course and dive deeper. Where would you recommend people reach out? Or
well, you can easily find me on Instagram as Craig Bauer _mixer, or you go to my website, craigbauer.com.
Thank you, Greg. Really appreciate
That's
the
it. We're done.
conversation. Yeah, we're done. It was great. We close on the Michael McDonald note.
Yeah, cool.
A high note of Michael McDonald.